Very tough. You can be prepared for it, but when you step out in it, it still surprises you in some ways because that wind is so strong. That video from Abby, very compelling. And as we're looking out on one of our sky cams here in Fargo, on our Luther Family Ford sky cam, you can even see the camera, which is mounted pretty strongly there, shaking and jostling with that strong wind. You can see the snow blowing by, the reduced visibility as we're looking toward the interchange of 32nd Avenue South and I-29, and the blowing snow in the parking lot too. And that is in town with buildings and other structures helping to break up that wind. We're still having some trouble here. So as we're taking a look at some of our winds that we've seen this morning so far, we've had a peak gust of 61 miles per hour in Grand Forks. Some intense wind there, and 50s plus in many parts of the valley. Grafton, Donaldson, the Hendrum and Buxton areas all checking in at 53 miles per hour in some of those spots. Still getting a 51 mile per hour gust in Grand Forks. And in Fargo, one of our peak gusts now at 48 miles per hour. And this has been going on. I want to point out Grand Forks. It's been going on there for some time this morning, since that 2 o'clock hour and even beyond. And we're still getting those intense gusts. And that's all working its way southward. So that means we've got several hours left in Fargo, parts of the Southern Valley, for those kind of intense winds as well as this continues to drive in. And that, of course, also reduces our visibility. We're down to a quarter mile in Fargo and in Grand Forks at a quarter mile. Other places reporting visibility that low or even worse in open country, indicating those blizzard conditions that are ongoing. And we even have some snow still out there. This has not been a big snow event, but there's snow that's falling, and that complicates things even further for our visibility issues down along the state line with South Dakota. But we also have a band that's now pushing into the Fargo-Moorhead area, up around that Harwood area, and stretching back over along I-94 through Cass County, and that's dropping to the southeast. So this is going to make our visibility even worse for a time as that continues to fall in the FM metro. A blizzard warning remains in effect through the morning and into the early afternoon. In pink here, Grand Forks, Fargo included, surrounding areas in a winter weather advisory for blowing and drifting snow as well. And then, of course, the cold too associated with this. We've got wind chill warnings and advisories that will replace the warnings, the winter warnings, once the wind starts to calm down just a little bit. We're looking at temperatures dropping 15 below in Langdon, and we're at 26 above in Park Rapids. A big range. Fargo's at 3, but our wind chill's at 23 below, and Langdon, a wind chill of 45 below. So wind chills will become more and more of a concern as we advance through the day today, as that colder air continues to take over and those temperatures plummet through the day. Afternoon, the snow clears, the wind stays strong, gusting into the 30s and 40s, and just incrementally we'll watch it drop very slowly. So as we get into the evening hours tonight, it improves a little, but factor in that cold, and we're looking at wind chills that are going to remain a big problem for us, and temperatures into the teens and 20s below overnight tonight and into the morning hours for your Thursday. So that Arctic air will take over. We start to recover into the weekend. Watch out for a little more blowing snow on Friday. And now for a look at traffic, here's Devin Fry with the Valley Today's Traffic on the Move.
Thank you, Lisa. We're going to go and finish up this hour on I-94. We're heading east toward Minnesota. We just went through a pretty rough area in the interstate interchange between I-29 and I-94. Now that area is more wide open and exposed to the environment, and that leads to some pretty low visibility in conditions like these. You can see even in the areas where things are more sheltered, the visibility still isn't great. Up ahead just a little bit there is 25th Street. You can barely even see the sign signifying the exit there. So poor visibility no matter where you're going to go this morning. The worst visibility that I've experienced, we've been doing this all morning so far, the 19th Avenue area, 19th Avenue North I should say, right around the airport, the visibility there isn't any visibility, especially like the closer you get to the Fargo Dome, the better it is. However, around the airport, pretty much no visibility there on 19th. 52nd Avenue was also looking pretty blustery, but overall the visibility was a little bit better than it was on 19th. And the areas like 25th Street or 45th Street where you're heading north, you're going right into this wind here. The visibility gets real bad in those areas. Traffic flow starting to increase here, but we're all going a bit slower because of the conditions. We're all going about 45 to 50 miles an hour here on I-94. So give yourself plenty of extra time as you make your way out the door today. We're going to keep checking out the roadways in the next hour on the Fargo CW, but for now, for your traffic on the move, I'm Devin Fry.